Right. Okay. Morning, everyone. Today's class is my first class after knee surgery. So we'll be doing a very short class based on what I'm able to do at this moment, which is basically lots of abdominal work and lots of kind of leg work to try to recover. And I think this is helpful for the people who are not even going recovery, because it has provided, at least to me, a lot of knowledge about things that I was doing wrong when I didn't have any issues. Kind of positions in which I was putting my knee that were not precisely the best, and also misalignments that I had around my body. So the way we're going to do is basically lots of floor work, because I cannot do that much standing work anyway. And as I said, lots of core work, but kind of thinking of how we do it mindfully as we go into the core. And I have some weights on my knee because I have to take it down as much as I can, but you don't need to do it because it gets heavy as you do certain poses, especially on the core. And I'll offer different kind of versions of the different positions on the core, so you can go with the one that you can do. Right, so let's start with a nice sitting position. I cannot do these anymore. It goes like this. So, but you can go into a bent-legged position and go with my Dandasana position, with my L-shaped position. The only thing that I really want you to focus as you find your sitting position is the position of your seat bones. Those two little bony areas on your buttocks where you normally sit. Really be conscious about those places, those two areas in your body. And for core work and a little bit for kind of the work we're going to do today, which is also based in Pilates quite a lot, it's really important to be conscious about the way you are involving your core. So we're going to use kind of something that in yoga is quite essential, which is Mula and Uddiyana Bandha. What I want you to feel first is, as you focus on the two sit bones, is trying to lift the pelvic area. And then you can do it two ways. There is kind of the way I was taught from the beginning, I've been teaching it quite a lot, that is basically trying to bring your perineum up, the kind of part between your genitals and your anus up. But there is a new way I've been learning in kind of the new courses I've been doing as I recover, and is thinking from the back side of your pelvic area. So think about bringing it that back a little bit, kind of your pelvic bone, bringing it back, and then slightly up. And that's basically the sensation that we have when we're trying to kind of squeeze when we got to go to the bathroom, but we cannot for whatever reason. So that sensation of like, oh, I cannot, that kind of a squeezy sensation. And that is done by kind of a little muscle that goes around your rectum, and then it just pulls back. That sensation is almost a sensation of pulling back and up, because that's precisely what the muscle is doing, is going around to rectum and then pulling it back. As it restricts, it goes pull back. And that is a sensation you want in Mula Bandha, that sensation of pulling a little bit back and up. Then feel that pelvic area just lifting all the time. And as that lifts, that is going to really start to involve your core. And then especially your lower abs. Now, to get involved into the higher abs area, even without doing any ab work, you can take that sensation of pulling back and up a little bit higher behind your belly button. So that's where your psoas is. And then the sensation you're going to kind of try to use is the sensation from the diaphragm, from your breath. So is your diaphragm going up as it was doing an exhale? It was pushing there, air down. So normally when you do Mula and Uddiyana Bandha, especially Uddiyana Bandha, you do it on an exhale, on a restriction of an exhale. But you can try to do it a little bit with the breath if you just focus on how the sensation is, on that, thinking of going back and up. And then as the diaphragm slightly goes up, then that kind of restricts a little bit of the space into your chest area. So let's start to release a little bit of that chest area while at the same time trying to keep your core and your Mula and Uddiyana Bandha. So as you inhale, feel your chest moving to the side, to the back, and up. And this three-dimensional shape change that happens as you breathe. And then as you exhale, bring the ribs in. Then feel how that squeezes your core and can lift your Uddiyana Bandha. 5 more breaths. Inhale, chest opens. The diaphragm goes down. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And slowly start to open your eyes. Bring your hands to the side. It's one of the fewer second skill exercise. So even if you have any kind of recovery and you cannot really use your legs, there's a lot of arm work that you can do. So here again, try to involve the Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, that sensation of lifting and going. And then just maintain your hands and then bring the heels back. So bring your fingers up and then imagine you're pushing away from an invisible wall that's trying to come into you. Maintain that kind of strength as you push out, and then you start using the serratus and kind of the abdominal area comes in your external obliques, your internal obliques, your TA, and then you start doing circles. You can do lots of core work even as you are doing arms work. Then focus on kind of that oiling sensation that you're doing as you bring the rotation into the arms. 2 more. Stop, push away, get the ribs in, involve the core, and then back. Your arms going to start getting tired. Use hold with me for 3, for 2, 1. Push away, one last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release, and then shake. Shake, shake, shake. Let's start right away into the core. So what we're going to do is go by stages. We're going to start with the feet down and the knees bent, slightly bent. And just bring your hands behind your knees and then release back. Like it was almost a cat. We were doing a cat and cat. We're actually going to start with a cat and cat. So as you inhale, come up, expand the chest, bring the shoulder blades together, exhale, ribs in, inhale, expand the front part of your chest, exhale, move back, ribs in. One more time, inhale. Exhale to the back. Inhale and exhale once again here. And we're going to change. So we're now going to exhale on the way up and then inhale on the way down. So inhale. Exhale as you go up. And try to bring the ribs in and expand the back of your chest. Inhale. Expand the back chest, get the air to the back of the lungs. Exhale to the front. Inhale to the back. Exhale to the front. Inhale back. One more time. Exhale to the front. Inhale to the back. and release the hands. As we release the hands, you start thinking what worked best for you. So the traditional way in yoga is the inhale to the front, expanding your chest, and exhale to the back. For some of us, and that's not my case, it's the opposite way is better. And one of the things that I've been working with is breath, and then kind of how breath is shape changing. For some people, it doesn't make sense, the instructions that we give as teachers. So feel free to adapt and think about the best ways. And I want you to use the exhale and inhale as best comes to you during the next of the practice. Now, without the hands, we're going to slowly start to go down, 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 slowly, really slowly, really slowly, really slowly, and then down. We're going to start with the small crunches, really small crunches. The first thing I want you to do is try to bring all the back of your back, all kind of your lower back down into the mat. Really get the kind of the muscles in your lower abs involved. By that, again, you can lift the pelvic area. You can try to use mulas and have that sensation of like pulling back and up. Then just prepare. As I said, you can inhale on the way up or exhale. It's completely up to you. Go up and down. Use the inhale and exhale as it best works for you. Inhale up, exhale down. For me, for example, exhale up, inhale down for you if it's needed. Then notice again the differences. As you do these small, really, really small crunches. If it starts to hurt into your neck, bring the hands on the back and then use them as a support. You can make it even more difficult if you interlace your hands behind and then you use your arms as kind of a hammock to bring your head up. And that one for me, it's a little bit harder on the core, but it's a lot easier into my neck. And I can imagine I am in a hammock, just enjoying the sun. Let's do 3 more. Two more. And then last one. Stay here, and then as slow as you can, start to try to lift. And then if you need to help yourself with your hands, do so. Your core is going to start burning. Right, we're going to make it a little bit more difficult and try to go into Navasana. So for that, point your toes, bring the point of the toes down into the mat, and then you can stay there, bring the hands behind your legs. Option 2 is bring the feet up into kind of half Navasana. You can keep the arms behind, you can release the arms, or you can go full way and extend your legs. That's completely your choice. So let's start here. Wherever you need to be, wherever you can be, whatever is best place for you to be. And once again, focus on the pelvic area and lifting, feeling where the seat bones are and trying to sit a little bit higher so you can really feel only the seat bones being the ones that are holding the position, and then your chest starts to grow up a little bit more. Focus on the seat bones so you don't start to feel the shake of your body. Slowly bring the feet down, toes down. And if you need, rest with your hands into the legs. Inhale again. Extend or bend halfway. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend, top of the toes. Rest. And again. Extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. You can bring the hands. 2 more. Extend. 5, 4, 3, 2. Try to smile. 2, 1. Last one. Inhale. Try to really come high. Think about lifting. And then hold. 5. Hold. 4. Hold. 3, hold, 2, hold, 1, slowly, slowly, slowly. Top of the toes down, hands into the knees if you need. Go up a little bit, hands into the back, tabletop. Release your saws, release your arms. We're gonna give a break into the Navasanas, into the both poses. Go down, then we go back into our Navasanas. Right, so go down and say side into your back, and then bring the legs up. We're just going to start with circles. The same way we're doing it into our arms, we're going to do it into our legs. Then really focus on your knees and try to make your legs as straight as you can. One of my knees is not as straight, which is the one looking at the camera right now, but really focus on making it a straight leg. Change directions into your circles. Start noticing all the area into your lower back, almost massaging that whole area. We're gonna bring the hands either behind your head or underneath your buttocks to give you stability. We're gonna change directions again, and then this time make the circles a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit kind of bigger, and bigger, and bigger, and bigger, bigger. Change directions, bigger, 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 bigger. Then normally this kind of sensation goes a lot into the legs. Try to bring it more into your lower back. Last 2, and stop. Beautiful. We're now going to start involving a little bit more the lower back. So for that, what we're going to do is we're just going to do very small lifts. We're going to lift your sit bones up and then bring them down, but try to go up and stay up with a little bit of control, not a lot, but we can have a little bit of restriction as we stay up. So inhale up, lift, use a little bit, and then down. Use your core, not your arms. Inhale up, the arms are there just to give you small kind of little bit more control into the movement. Inhale up, exhale down. Up and down. You can change and start on the exhale, then go down on the inhale. Use whatever works for you. Up and down. Up and down. For this one, my exhale works better for me as I go up, and then the inhale works better for me as I go up. Exhale, inhale. But maybe it's the opposite for you. Use small lifts. Small lifts. Last one, small lift. And a small lift. Beautiful. We're going to start to make it a little bit harder. So we're going to extend our right leg, keep the left leg up. We're going to bring right leg up and then down. Right leg up and then down. Right leg up and down, almost touching the mat. Right leg up and down. Right leg up and down. Right leg up and down. Right leg up, down. Last one. Right leg up, down. Keep the right leg up, left leg down and up. Left leg up and up. Left leg down and up. Left leg down and up. Then start to see the relationship between your legs, your quads, and your core. Both of them have to be involved in this position. Both for the leg that is up and the leg that is going up and down. Has to. Beautiful. Stay up. We're now going to scissor the legs one by one in different positions. So right leg down, up, left leg down, and up. right leg down and up, left leg down and up. Try to keep the lower back all the time down as you go into this scissoring movement. For now, we're keeping the head down. Three more in each of the legs. 2. And then 1. Beautiful. We're going to do now, again, a Navasana, go back into the floor, and we'll be finished. So inhale up, go into Navasana. We're going to make Navasana a little bit harder. So same thing as we did before, point the toes and stay on the toes. You can stay here, keep the hands up. We're going to go into half Navasana. But if it's too hard for you, we just keep the way we were doing it before. So start in your half Navasana. Either legs halfway, point the toes down, or like straight legs. Then start here. Beautiful. Smile, everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway down. Lower back on the floor, but the shoulders up. Half Navasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway up, bend the knees, and then now your choice. You can just relax down on the floor or cross the legs and try to lift. It was a small lift, doesn't need to be a big one. Extend the legs, bend the knees, go back into your boat pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up again. Cross the legs or rest. Lift. Down. Extend the legs. 3 to go. 5, 4, don't give up. 3, 2, 1. Halfway down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up. Hold. Bend the knees or rest. Up. Down. Beautiful. 2 to go only. Extend the legs. Navasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway down. Keep the smile. It's going to make it easier. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway up. Hold. Bend the knees. Lift or rest. Again, extend the legs. Last one. Give it all. 5, 4, smile. 3, smile. 2, 1. Slowly, really slowly, really slowly. Go halfway down. Hold. 5. You can bring your hands to the back like we did in the hammock. Finger all in the hammock. 3, 2, 1. We want to lay down, but we need to lift. Lift for the last time. Hold. And then bend the knees. Lift up last time. Once again, feet into the ground, hands to the back, tabletop. Release your psoas. Slowly release down. Release your back into the floor for the last part of the practice. So we're going to do a little bit of the same we were doing before with our abs, but then moving the legs up and down. And again, this is a leg exercise, even if you cannot stand on your legs like I cannot in this moment. And it's also helps you a little bit with hip mobility. So in order for us to calm our system down and not feel that much pain into our core, think of this as a leg exercise. And then you're going to distribute more of the kind of, not pain, but a little bit more of the sensation into the legs. So really think about this as a leg exercise. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to lift our head. Then we can bring our hands to the back or into the ears and help it there. And you sustain. Otherwise, you can extend the legs, try to touch your toes. Holding it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Beautiful. We're gonna start making it a little bit harder. So we're going to go up again, and then extend the right leg. And hold it there as you go with the leg up and down for 5. Up and down for 4. Up and down for 3. Up and down for 2. Up and down 1. Opposite leg. Up and down for 1. Up and down for 2. Up, down, up, down. Last one. Up, down, and up. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Keep the legs up. Last part of the exercise is your legs are gonna scissor one after the other. Then try to think, you can do it with your bent knees or your straight legs. You're gonna bring the hands behind your back, behind your head, and try to touch your knees to the elbows, either on a bended position or on a straight one. So inhale, first of all, bring the chest up, elbows towards the knees. Extend your left or right leg and let's start scissoring. Change, change. And if you can, try to touch the knee with the elbow. Or maybe, if you can, towards the head. You should cannot do it yet, but maybe you can. And we're gonna stay here for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe you can do another 5, another 4, another 3, another 1. Up, 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 both legs, both hands, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bend the knees. Bring the knees towards your chest. I cannot bend it that much, as much as I can bend for now. I'm using these to make the effort for me to bend a little bit more. Maybe you can really bring your knees into your chest. Start to make a massage into your lower back to release any tension that you may have there. Then bring both knees down into the right or the left. First go with all your body, and then from here, really think about going with kind of the upper side, your obliques, opening towards the ceiling. Then from here, extending your. Doesn't need to be a very open chest. It doesn't need to be a very open twist. It needs to be a twist that you feel that your core is kind of gaining area and is allowing to release. Something that feels good for you. Try to go a little bit deeper. Then change, legs up. Now go a little bit towards the end of my mat. Both knees to the opposite side. First, bring everything to the side and then start to open. Use your obliques, open the obliques, even transversus abdominis. Should really try to open. You can bring your hand into your ribs, then open those ribs up into the ceiling. Then once you have opened, you can extend the arm. The position should go a lot from your chest and less from your arms. Slowly start to return to center. Your choice again here, you can go with your knees into your chest, or you can go into an Anandha Balasana, which is your happy baby pose. And again, use the Anandha Balasana or your knees into the chest, your sort of wind blowing pose to use release. You can move side to side, massaging your lower back. And as slow as you can do it with your legs extended, so it becomes more of a core. Start to lower your legs slowly down and try to keep your lower back down as you do so. Really slowly, really slowly, really slowly. You realize the really nice kind of relationship between your legs, your hips, and your core. And as you reach into the mat, allow it to release. Release everything. And for me, I'm on recovery. I use my Shavasana to keep my feet up. Then use a little bit of gravity for my knee to go a little bit down. Don't need to do the same. We're not staying for long here, but over these minutes, more or less, that we're going to be here, what I wanted to imagine is a balloon in kind of, that has kind of the top at the kind of downside of your ribs. Three-dimensional balloon that is kind of opening and closing into kind of that lower side of the ribs. So as it grows, it lifts your lungs up, squeezes them. As it becomes smaller, it gives space for the lung to fill. Inhale, lifts up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lift down. Keep your balloon opening and closing. Last 3 breaths. Last one, release. Beautiful. Start bringing movement into your toes, into your hands, into your legs. You can make a movement towards your right or your left into semi-fetal position, your choice. And slowly keeping the eyes closed, use the arms to lift yourself up and bring you up into cross-legged position or extend leg position, your Dandasana. Any sitting position that you started with or you feel comfortable at. Then again, as we did at the beginning, use try to focus your attention on the sit bones and the lift in the area. Maybe this time it's a little bit easier to keep your core up. It's a little bit easier to keep your pelvic area up. Hopefully that's the case. Once you just realize the changes, the small changes that you may have. If you have a lower back pain, then maybe realize you need to go a little bit less for the next time until you grow the core to protect your lower back. Use every single class as a reflection. And I think that will be my biggest advice. There is no mistakes. There is kind of no setbacks. Every single class, even when you feel that you failed doing something, it's a way of discovering something. Slowly bring your hands in front of your chest. Feel the air lifting up, side to side, back to front. And going down as the sea. Focus on that sensation and have gratitude with your body, with your breath, to allow you to try this class. Try movement again. Keeping that gratitude in mind, bring your hands into your third eye, and then you slowly bow forward and release. Namaste, everyone.